Starting to roll? Okay.
You know what? But I did push the wrong button first time.
Okay, here's my pillow. My big bear pillow.
Let's read about the whales first.
That's the one you want to read first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll set the rest. Why don't you set the rest over there?
Now pass them out to you, okay?
Look at Shy. Shy's liking my bear pillow too. Here, let me put this up.
I love your bear pillow.
Here, now, see, that'll get your head up in the air like that. Okay,
You
see?
know what? I like to lay on your bear pillow when you're reading.
Okay, now you've got this on, right? Oh, wee! What day was today? Today's Easter.
Mommy was here last night.
Easter 1992. Oh, look what Mommy just came in with.
Is that pretty?
Oh, well, she put some helicopters
Mama?
in the shell at night.
I know she did. She's sewn this beautiful heart on the back of Cheyenne's Levi jacket, and it's a padded heart. Look at this. It's got stuff. Oh, Cheyenne, is that pretty?
Yes, Cheyenne.
Look at her light.
Look
Look at her light
in
up.
it.
Put it on, sweetheart. I want to see how pretty you look.
Yeah.
Girl, you're gonna look hip and cool and rock and roll. Oh, Shy, that's just gorgeous, Mama.
Isn't that pretty?
Oh, it's really
Did
pretty.
you love that
Nice and
jacket?
soft when she
Yeah.
puts it on.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be able to keep it. Yeah, she's about outgrown it,
Come
but
here.
she'll. Got a few
Oh, well,
months.
no. Let's put it on.
Few months. You look so cute.
Oh, we'll give it to SAGE.
Yeah, sure. You know what you look like?
What's
L.A. You look like rock and roll, baby doll. Careful, don't fall out of bed doing that. Come on.
Pretty.
That's pretty, Mama. I saw that you put helicopters on hunters.
And a shell on mine, too.
Wasn't that pretty? I thought it was really neat what she did.
Yeah. Goes with it.
Okay, Shy. We're going to read about whales. Come on back here. Ooh, look at this. Look at how big that whale is. Whoa! Shy, you don't need this covers on you. It's hot tonight, boy. It was 86 out there today.
Look at
Cheyenne.
killer whale. I mean, Capricorn.
Don't come up any further, honey. That's as far as they come up. You slide down into the cover if you want it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a killer whale.
That's a killer whale, and this is a humpback, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look how much bigger the humpback is. And look there's a guy that's probably about Daddy's size. Look how small.
Look how
He
small
is.
he is in the picture.
Look how small he is compared to the whale.
What? Look how
Wow.
small he is in the picture.
I
though.
know.
He's smaller than us.
I know he really is, isn't he?
Yeah.
It says whales have been in the ocean, live in the ocean like fish. They swim around and they hunt in the ocean like fish. They even look something like fish, but they are not fish. They're mammals, just like you and me. A mammal is an animal that has lungs and breathes air. It's warm-blooded with a body temperature that is more or less the same all the time. And the babies of mammals are born alive instead of being hatched from eggs. And the babies take milk from their mothers. Whales are mammals. They just live in the sea. They're sea mammals because they're born alive, and then they suckle their mommy,
What?
or mommy's boobies to get their milk.
Seahorses are born in eggs.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet they are. Did you learn that at school?
Mrs. Hanson told us.
Oh, okay. It says scientists call all whales cetaceans, which means whales. But there are really two rather different groups of whales. The killer whale, shown at the left. Now, see the killer whale's down here. Boy, look at his teeth, huh? Yikes. The killer whale, shown at the left, belongs to a group that scientists call Odontoceti, which means toothed whales.
No teeth.
Now, he doesn't look like he has teeth, but I'll bet he's got some.
Uh-uh.
Now, the blue whale, shown above to the group, belongs to a group that is commonly called baleen whales. Now, scientists call this group the Mystaceti, which means whales with mustaches. Both names refer to the baleen of these whales, a strange feeding apparatus that looks like a mustache. But this mustache is inside the mouth. Look at it. See, it's like soft.
They know what? What? Do blue whales have any teeth?
I don't know.
They don't have any teeth.
They don't, huh?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you're right. In both groups of whales, males are called bulls and females are called cows, and the young whale is called a calf. Look at it's kind of like just like a mustache, but it must like seine things that it eats in through that mustache. Look at it; it's inside there. This is the muscles within the whale's body, and this is the skeleton within the whale's body.
Where's all the skin?
Well, here's the picture of it out back here with all the skin. And now they wanted to show you what the whale looks like under the skin, and then if it was dead and gone and all that was left was its...
If it was that'll still throw the whale. If you open it up, it'll do that. If you open up the muzzle, it'll see the skeleton.
Yeah, see the skeleton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it shows how the mammals breathe. See this hole right here?
Yeah.
It's called a blowhole.
I think...
It blows out water and it sucks in air.
Yeah. And what Mrs. Hackman showed us this at school.
The same book?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at that measuring thing.
It's measuring, and what it is saying is that blue whales are the biggest animals that have ever lived on the earth. They are 6 times bigger than the biggest brontosaurus that ever lived. And they make elephants look really small. A blue whale weighs as much as 32 elephants. That would be this many. Look at my hands. 10 and 10 are 20, and 10 more are 30 plus 2. It would take that many elephants to be as heavy as one blue whale. Wow. It's really big, isn't it?
But blue whales don't live on land.
No, they don't live on land, but if they did,
Land.
that land, they're just showing you how big they are, how heavy they are.
Okay.
Now, this is killer whales. Look at this killer whale. We see killer whales off our coast all the time. When we're walking along down there, those animals that are diving through the surf are often killer whales. Or pilot whales. I'm sorry, they're pilot whales. They're not killer whales. They're still too big to be killer whales. Those are pilots. But they have a lot of the same look, that black and white color. Isn't that pretty? And look at, what do they eat? They eat lots of fish.
Yep.
See
They eat fish.
them chasing the fish? It says toothed whales, which is like the killer whale here, are much smaller, as a rule, than baleen whales. It's true that the largest of the toothed whales, the sperm whale, may be 69 feet long. Wow! And the second largest toothed whale, the killer whale, may be more than 32 feet long. But most toothed whales are between 10 and 20 feet long. The smallest of the group is only 3 feet long, only this big. There are some whales that are only this big. They're little ones.
Oh, those are the babies?
No, when they're grown up, they're that big. It's funny, huh? They don't get very big. They're little whales. The difference in size between toothed whales and baleen whales may have to do with the way the two groups get their food. Baleen whales, that's another kind of a fish. It says whales and fish swim differently. Fish move their tails from side to side. Whales move their tails up and down. The upward stroke provides most of the power to drive the whale forward. For this reason, it's called the power stroke. See, they move their tails, and that's what shoots them through the water. But fish, they take their back tail and they do that, and that's what moves them through the water.
And the whales do this.
Up and down.
Look at that, or the skeleton.
Yeah.
It's eating some fish.
Eating a fish, isn't it? It says baleen whales don't have to do much active swimming to feed themselves. They can just cruise along gathering up plankton. Toothed whales must actively chase their prey, and large size can slow them down. As a rule, toothed whales are excellent hunters. They often work together in groups to round up prey, in the same way that lions or wolves cooperate when they hunt. Groups of killer whales have been known to capture large polar bears and to attack huge blue whales. Toothed whales, gee, they would even get a polar bear if it came into the water. They would eat it. Ooh, I wonder if they would eat people, killer whales. If they were hungry, they probably would, huh?
What happens if blue whales would?
No, I guess they don't.
How about
Toothed whales are the whales that most people know best because they are the whales that are seen in shows. The size and learning abilities of these whales make them ideal for shows.
I never saw a toothed whale.
You may know them as dolphins or porpoises. They're all toothed whales. Even dolphins and porpoises are considered to be toothed whales. Okay, now we're going to open this page up. Wow, look at all these different kinds of whales. This is really neat, isn't it? 4 pages here. Sperm whales, buffalo head beaked whale, barge beaked whales.
Open it up.
Oh, that's just an offer to subscribe to the magazine, honey. We already get the magazine. A right whale. Look at these. Is that one a weird one? Look at how this one looks like.
Yeah.
Funny looking. Here's a sperm whale. Here's a humpback. And here's a big blue whale. Like
Yeah, blue whale.
Look at how big he is.
Yeah. Where's the killer whale?
Way down here, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, there's a killer whale. There's a female killer whale. This is a male. And this is called a false killer whale. And called a white whale, this one right here. Look at it, it's got like a pointy nose. And a gray whale and her calf. This is a gray whale.
Look at the little tiny ones.
The baby, it's a baby gray whale.
No, look at those little itty bitties.
Okay, these are dolphins.
Look at this.
Those are called white
Then
whales.
what's this one?
This one's called a bonehead whale.
Ooh.
Wow, look at
These
that.
ones.
It says, the second, let me see here in the light. It's hard to see. This is a bow-toothed dolphin. And this one right here is a Yangtze river dolphin.
What's that?
That one's a bottle-nosed whale. Look at that funny nose. That says a Dall's porpoise. This one right here is a porpoise. And there's a man. There's a man going swimming, huh?
I was pointing at the porpoise.
Wonder where
I
wonder where the pilot whale is. Culver's bearded whale, a right whale. Boy, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Bottlenose dolphins.
What's this one? Striped
Oh, here's pilots. Here's the kind we get at the beach all the time, see? Pilot whales. Let's read about pilots because they come into our beach, don't they? Pilot whale is a toothed whale. Its maximum length is 28 feet long. Wow, is that long? That's a lot longer than Mama's car. Its maximum weight
Then how about a bus?
Its maximum weight is 8,400 pounds.
What is these ones?
Yeah, 28 feet. It'd be about the length of some buses.
What's these ones?
Those are more little porpoises. It says it lives in coastal waters and it eats fish. So that's why, because we live right along the coast, and that's why we see those pilot whales all the time.
This tree right here.
Oh, this is neat, huh? Now, look at on the other side of this. This is about how they have sonar sound, and they go, you make a noise.
Beep, 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 beep. Look at that.
Those died, honey. They came in on the beach and got stuck. They send out sound. They send out a sonar type of sound.
Then look at that skeleton right there.
And the whales send out kind of a click, 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 and it's a sonar. It goes out, and it tells them how far away something is. And look at these two are talking to each other here. The water in the ocean is layered like the layers of a cake. And some layers are warmer and some are colder. And some carry sound better than others. Whales seem to be able to use the best sound-carrying layers to talk to each other over very long distances. Fin whales can send out sounds that might be heard more than 2,000 miles away. In theory, it may be possible for whales on opposite sides of the Pacific Ocean to keep in touch with each other. Did you?
We've seen some whales, right?
Right, we sure have. Did you know that 2,000 miles away they can talk to each other?
Whoa.
Oh, is that wild? That is so far away, I don't believe it. Okay, let's see if I can read this. It's over the top, that dark sky. Let's see. Sometimes whales are stranded on the beach and they die. For no apparent reason, a group of whales may swim into a very shallow water near a beach. And when the tide goes out, they are left high and dry. And nobody is sure why these mass strandings occur. But some scientists feel that the echolocation systems of the whales may not be working correctly.
A whale too.
As a result of this, the whales may become confused about where they are and swim into shallow waters that they would normally avoid. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, look at those.
Yeah. It says, even more remarkable, dolphins can tell what something is made of without touching it and without using their eyes. From 100 feet away, blindfolded dolphins can tell if a square is made of metal or plastic or wood. Oh, isn't that funny? They know the difference. It says, in addition to finding food, Whales probably use their echolocation. You know, they send out this click and the sound goes out ahead of them for finding their way around in the ocean. When a whale is close to land, the ability to see what's ahead is particularly important. By sending out clicks, a whale can probably tell when it is too close to rocks or other dangerous places. And look at this. Oh, aren't those pretty, the dolphins?
Yeah, look at that.
Where did we just see dolphins? Where? We saw some dolphins in Las Vegas, didn't we, huh?
Yeah, Las Vegas. Look at that one in the pool.
That's one in the pool. It was just jumping and jumping. Look at this. There's a baby being born from its mommy, coming out of its mommy's tummy.
Where's the dolphin coming out of the mommy's tummy?
I don't know, but this is a little... Well, I think this is a dolphin. But all dolphins are really whales, so it's okay.
But they were supposed to, like, stick out first their tail. I mean, no, it's drinking the milk.
Yeah.
Milk.
Is that what it's doing?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, Hunter. I'm sorry, it is. Look at that. God, why don't you read me the book here, huh? Oh, look at this. This is... Can you name the parts of a whale?
The fin, the eye, the mouth, the little hole in him, the dolphin, and the tail.
That's right.
Can I do it?
Sure.
The eye and what?
Okay. What do they use C for? C is called... Just a second, I have to turn it upside down. Their flipper. See, that's their flipper.
A flipper? I said eye.
Yeah, that's good, though. That's good.
And some... What is this? A mouth.
This is their blowhole.
In the blowhole? I said the hole.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. And what is this?
Well, that's the tail back here.
Tail.
Uh-huh.
The thing and the tail.
Uh-huh. And back in the back, they have what they call flukes on their tail. And that's this parts that go out like this are the flukes.
Let's do this one.
And this is a porpoise and a dolphin. See, the porpoise has a different kind of nose than the dolphin does. Dolphins look so friendly, don't they?
Yeah. Look at that.
And that is a whale doing a show at a park, Ocean Park.
How come it's not very fun?
How come it's not at what?
Not very fun.
I don't know. That was a good book, Hunter. There's more to it. I mean, we could read all the little things on it, but we will. We'll go back and read them again upcoming, okay? What's the next one you'd like to see?
Bears.
Want to read about bears?
Yep.
Okay, look at this. We did a great big cleaning of your room yesterday, didn't we? And we found all sorts of things, and we organized books and magazines, and boy, it's
that
pretty
was
nice.
so hard.
Yeah.
I never even got to play in daytime.
You didn't because you and I worked so hard in your room?
Yeah.
We did. We worked a lot of hours on this room trying to get it cleaned up, didn't we?
But no,
But it's really nice now, isn't it?
It's so messy.
Well, Cheyenne's room is so messy, I'll tell you that.
Let's tear out that.
I'll get rid of the subscribe today card. There it is. Okay, this is a book about what, Cheyenne?
Bears.
Bears. Now, does that guy look friendly, or would you be afraid of him?
That looks kind of friendly right now.
Yeah, well, would you like to go up to him?
No, I would just go up to the bear. It's in Las Vegas. It's in the castle.
Yeah, I sure wouldn't go up to any bear, ever. What are these guys doing up in the trees?
Look at, he's mad.
That's a grizzly bear. Grizzly bears are very mean. You don't ever want to be around grizzly bears. They eat people. They will go after you and eat you. And this Alaskan brown bear and this polar bear don't look too friendly either.
Look at that.
Now, that's a plain old black bear, and if you don't endanger her cubs, she'd probably leave you alone. And this is a Malaysian sun bear. And this up here is called a sloth bear. And look at, he's after honey.
Ooh, the bees might sting him.
And this is a speckled bear.
Who is that bear?
I guess it's just another black bear. American, it's
I don't like him.
oh, grizzly bear, that looks so mean. Oh, awful.
I would just shoot it. I like the kid one.
I do
I'll
too.
just shoot that bear.
Yeah, well, you'd have to have that awfully big gun to do it. If you shoot a bear with a regular gun, it won't even slow him down. He'll still come after you because they got such thick hides. And
Oh,
they're
maybe
so
I
big.
could take a fire gun.
It would have to be a fire gun or something.
Yeah, put 'em on fire.
It says bears have been great favorites in zoos for hundreds of years, and it's not hard to see why this is so. Their great strength is impressive to many people, and the sheer size of some bears is enough to gain instant respect. What's more, a bear can look remarkably like a giant person when he stands up on his hind feet, and this is certainly intriguing. Male bears are called boars, and females are called sows. And young bears, of course, are called cubs. Now, sows, which are the mamas, are usually smaller than the boars, which are the daddies, and as a rule, they stay away from the larger males. Only during the mating season do sows and boar bears, the mommy and daddy, spend any time together. The largest of the bears and the biggest meat-eating land animal on Earth, by a wide margin, is the bear.
Daddy, you know what I would do to the panda bear if he would try to get me?
What?
I would take a fire gun and fire his eyes if he was floating away. Then he would fall in the ocean, and then the whales would eat him.
Well, that sounds like a practical idea, buddy. It says a large tiger may weigh 770 pounds, but a bear can weigh almost 3 times that much. For many years, the Kodiak bear was called the giant of the bears, weighing up to 1,600 pounds and standing as tall as 11 feet. That's almost twice as tall as Daddy. I mean, this is only 8 feet to the ceiling, so he'd be way taller than your ceiling.
Ooh, maybe it'd go way up to the roof.
Yeah, he'd be 11 feet.
Maybe it'd go up to the upstairs ceiling.
It said that they found a polar bear, though,
Where?
that was 11 feet tall and weighed 2,210 pounds. The smallest of the bears is the sun bear of Malaysia, which is only 4 feet tall, and he weighs about 100 pounds.
Are the sun bears nice? Oh, look at his
I don't know if they're nice, but...
in his mouth.
Yeah, he's got a long tongue for eating ants.
Ew.
Okay, now look here's a bear running. It says bears have short but powerful legs. A huge brown bear can run at a speed of 35 miles per hour for short distances, fast enough to catch a running horse.
Fish. Now look at that.
That's a human foot opposed to a bear foot, see? Like humans,
They eat fish. Look at
Yes, they do.
kind of foot.
they love to eat fish. It says, like humans, bears put their feet down flat on the ground when they walk. Scientists call this flat-footed walk a platigrade walk. Now, most other large animals, including dogs, horses, and even elephants, walk on their toes. The flat-footed stance of bears makes it easy for them to stand up straight as humans do, although they rarely walk while standing up.
They just see kind of foot.
Yeah, that's their 3 kinds of foot. That'd be like a dog or a wolf foot, a bear foot, and a man's foot.
Well, that is a dog and a wolf foot.
Yeah. Now, here's a bear, the muscles underneath the fur, and here's the skeleton of a bear and what it looks like.
Yeah, look at that.
The claws on the front feet of bears are longer than the claws on the back feet. See, their front feet are long.
But look at that.
Yeah, those are teeth, aren't they?
Mm.
Some large bears have claws almost 5 inches long. But as dangerous as these weapons can be in a fight, bears use them most of the time for digging up food or for catching fish because they love to eat fish.
And dig food. Oh, look at it. Show the skin.
It shows the muscles without having the
Where's
fur on
the
it.
skin for it?
Well, that's the muscles underneath. They don't have skin; they have fur.
Oh.
They're skin, but it's furry skin. See. It says bears are related to dogs, wolves, and foxes, but the skeleton of a bear clearly shows this relationship, and the skeleton clearly shows this relationship. It looks very much like a dog skeleton, except that the bones of larger bears are heavier to support the greater weight. Oh, look at this. What's this?
Look at us as babies.
The mama and the babies, and here...
Look at they're so small.
They're just born. It says baby black bears are blind and covered with very fine hair when they are born. They look almost naked. When winter storms rage outside the den, their mama's body heat keeps them warm, and they grow very rapidly. By the time they leave the den in spring, they are strong and playful. The first day outside, they may even start climbing trees. Now, these are black bears. It says, black bears are small bears compared to their cousins, the brown and the polar bears. They usually weigh no more than 300 pounds. Boy, that's a lot, though, 300 pounds, huh? And because Daddy weighs a little less than 200 pounds.
There's a picture of they grow out. How many pounds do I weigh?
You weigh about 45 or 50 pounds. It says trees are a black bear's best friend. Whenever they're in danger, black bears just climb right up the trees. They have rather short claws that are ideal for scrambling up the tree trunk. It's not surprising that black bears stay as close to the trees as they can. They don't ever leave the forest, or it's very rare that they leave the forest. Like other bears, they live in colder parts of the world, and black bears spend the winter in a den, which would be like a hole in the ground or under a tree or something like that, so they can stay warm in the wintertime.
Look at that. A tree fell on his hole.
Well, that's what he wants, though. So he wants a hole that he can get down into like that. It says, in September, they find a cave or an existing hole in the ground, and they drag leaves and tree branches into the hole to make a bed. And about a month later, when the heavy snows come, they crawl into their den and they go to sleep. And they may stay asleep without eating or drinking for as long as 6 months. This deep sleep is often called hibernation. During the coldest part of the winter, black bear babies are born in the den. Usually 2 babies are born and at one time. But there can be from 1 to 4 cubs in a litter.
A butterfly.
A butterfly. The babies are very small, often weighing less than a half a pound at birth. But they get born in while the mommy's sleeping in there in the den. Isn't
They're
that
like
something?
that big, right?
Yeah, at the most, just little tiny.
Look, first he went in there, then the tree started to fall down, then he's in.
That's right. Now, here are brown bears.
They're grizzly bears.
No, I think these are browns. Let's see. And what? Oh, look at all those bears out in the water, huh? Let's see what other kinds we have here. Well, maybe that does come up. Yeah, I guess it does. There's. Oh, what is that polar bear doing?
It's trying to go eat the seal.
That's right. That's right. You're right, Hunter. Oh, look at the mommy and the baby there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Here are the brown bears. It says, brown bears are probably descended from the black bear family, but they do not stay in the forest as much as the black bears do. Instead, they seem to prefer open meadows and rivers and valleys and even treeless plains. They're less timid than the black bears and more likely to fight if they feel that they're being threatened. There are many different sizes of brown bears. In Europe, there are only a little larger than black bears, but some of the brown bears of Asia and Alaska are giants. The famous Grizzly Bear, which is actually a middle-sized brown bear, is found only in North America.
Look at the baby.
Oh. It says all brown bears have a large hump of muscle and fat over their shoulders. They have small ears and long, thick fur. As with all bears, the females are smaller than the males. And, like most other bears, they live alone most of the time, with the exception of the mamas when they're babies. See, the females have their little baby cubs. It said, at the first sight of danger, brown bears' mothers generally chase their cubs up a tree. And while they're young, brown bears are light enough to climb the trees, but when they grow larger, they become too heavy to do it anymore. So see, this other bear came here, and so the mama bear said, you get up that tree, kids. And now she's got to make this bear go away. See? She's going, rawr, rawr, trying to scare off this bear. Because maybe this bear wants to eat him. She doesn't know. So she's very upset.
Or maybe he just wants to scare him.
Probably wants to scare him. Now look at this. All the bears it looks like are in the ocean, aren't they? There's seagulls along here, and the bears have all gone in for a swim.
Look at that. Leather.
It says most bears are fine fishermen, and in Alaska,
Look at
where
where's
these
my dad?
I see. What they're doing is they're after the salmon. They've gone into the water to try to catch salmon. Yeah, I know. Well, they like it too. You love salmon, don't you, honey?
Yeah, and they love salmon too.
Yeah, they love salmon. You really like salmon, don't you?
I like salmon too.
I know you do, Zeddy. You do, don't you?
Well, I love salmon.
Now, polar bears.
You know I like coconut.
Do you?
Yeah. Ew, coconut salmon. Ew.
I don't think there's any such thing as coconut salmon. It says polar bears. Look at this.
Plain, and I like coconut juice.
Okay, it says polar bears are the best hunters of all the bears. They have to be, since they live in areas where plant food is not often available. In general, individual polar bears have larger ranges than other bears because they must go where the food is. When seals migrate, for instance, polar bears often go along with them. Since they must sometimes survive very cold temperatures, polar bears have a thick layer of fat under their skin. Unlike other bears, they have good eyesight, and they have stiff hair on the bottom of their feet to keep them from slipping on the ice. And that poor seal is about to get eaten up, and we're just about out of tape. We're out of tape. It's the end of our session of reading about bears and whales. We'll read some more tomorrow.